Hey everybody, it is Justin, your guide into Legends of the Mara, and we got a couple of updates from Faraway with regards to the brand new guides on the FAQ about Legends of the Mara points and Legends of the Mara Season 3.5. So again, there was also an update kind of TLDRing everything, so I'll go over that as well before we break it down. So Mara hatching uses the same rules previously implemented by Yuga, and all vessels can be hatched without any limitations. Ship hearts and partner loot tabs are now visible again with no minting functionality, and then Coda Maras are visible in My Collection, and the harvest button has been added to legendsofthemara.gg. So again, we did have it here, essentially, Legends of the Mara GG. We have our new website that we're going to drop into, and again, it kind of shows us our balance and our harvest remaining fragments. I don't believe we're still pending technical for harvest also. We'll just have to wait on that. But why don't we just break down the Legends of the Mara points and Season 3.5 in the FAQ. So again, a lot of this I have covered in the points video that I had earlier. I'll try to link that in the description if I can. But then again, this is the full breakdown, so why don't we just jump into it? So, oh yeah, also there's also a Trello board that kind of goes over everything that Faraway has in terms of priority with regards to the platform, Serum City, Heavy Metal, Legends of the Mara, and Dash. And what is coming forward. So again, they have a lot of information here that you can definitely take a look at. I will link that in the description as well. But why don't we break down the FAQ first? So this is everything you need to know about the new points system. So I know I covered this in depth in a prior video, but we'll just go over it again in brief. So when we announced Faraway's acquisition of the Legends of the Mara NFT collections from Yuga Labs, we introduced the concept of points for some of our new collections, right? So these points are available in the metadata of NFTs from the following collections, including Coda Maras, Maras, and Codas. And these are also available for heavy metals, but the calculation is different than in Legends of the Mara. So again, the points will be covered in a separate guide. And we have a new icon here that kind of goes over the extra points, so that looks pretty cool. There's two classes of points, the base points and the extra points, and then it kind of has this tic-tac-toe breakdown of, which ones get what. Coda Mars basically can get all of them, including base, flat, and point modifiers. Codas can only get base points, and Mars can only get flat points. So basically, if we calculate this out, again, it kind of breaks it down by trait. For Codas and Coda Mars, it's broken down by trait, and then again, you can use the Legends of the Mara base point calculator on the other side wiki, obviously made by Frosty. So massive thanks for that. That's a pretty helpful tool. I remember breaking that down as well. And then they also went over extra points. So extra points are not static and can increase over time. I think this is also calculated inside of the point calculator, but we'll just have to keep looking at that as that comes in over time. So again, extra points are earned from games and experiences in the Faraway ecosystem, like Dash Unclogged, Legends of the Mara Rebirth, and Serum City. Okay, maybe extra points are a little bit different than the inherent traits. So, extra points are relevant to the gaming experiences that we participate into. So, the below collections are eligible for extra points, and these include Coda Maras and Maras. And Codas are not eligible for extra points, mainly because Faraway doesn't own the other side Coda collection, which makes it difficult to update and control metadata for items in that collection. So again, Faraway needs to be able to add, update, and remove metadata fields seamlessly, and any delays in implementation mistakes resulting from not having access could be economy breaking. So again, when you play games like the Rebirth game coming soon, you can earn extra points and point modifiers. So these points can be applied to any Coda Mara or Mara directly, and point modifiers apply a multiplier to your Coda Mara base points, with a new amount being applied as extra. So again, please note that point modifiers can't be used on Maras since Maras don't have base points, and then point modifiers only apply to Coda Maras, and they kind of have this a percent bonus rarity scaling here with regards to how we're going to be able to use these modifiers. And then they also have extra point caps as well, so there's a maximum amount of extra points that can be applied to a Coda Mara or Mara NFT, and they kind of go over that in this section here. But there are some interesting updates with regards to increasing that cap through Ascension, and then Ascension material snapshots, as well as Sediment snapshots. So we'll break that down right now. So note, Ascension materials are not live yet, but we will add the link to Ascension materials collections into the Faraway shop once it's available, and these Ascension materials are tradable NFTs. So that is a little bit new on the timeline. That is it's kind of ooh, I haven't seen that before. But then again, that's what an update is. So players use Ascension materials to increase the extra points cap. So each Ascension level has its own Ascension material recipe, and these materials are earned from playing games in the Faraway ecosystem, and they're mintable and can be traded in the Faraway shop, right? So when you burn them, they are applied to the selected Kodamara or Mara to increase their Ascension level. And these recipes and levels are available immediately, or while some are available immediately, more levels and the respective recipes will be released over time based on new gaming experiences. So we'll just have to see how that plays into the overarching ecosystem and how that will play into the experiences in terms of, like, I guess, leveling up. So there's also an Ascension material snapshot. So one Ascension material required to upgrade your NFT from level 1 to level 2 will be airdropped to all players that meet either of the following criteria. Oh, so this is new information. I'm just reacting as we read it right now. So this is probably important, maybe. So criteria A, if your Faraway account has been created with a primary email address to the account, or Faraway embedded wallets have been added to the Faraway account, and there's also a guide that linked here. And then a Faraway embedded wallet must have at least the following fungible token amounts at time of snapshot, either 0.02 ETH or 0.5 SOL or 100 Matic. So, dang, criteria A, very interesting. And then there's also criteria B. So Faraway accounts have been created with a primary email attached to the account, and then okay, it's literally the same. Okay, and then any wallet linked to your Faraway account must have at least one Coda NFT in the wallet. This wallet can be a Faraway embedded wallet or an external wallet like MetaMask. So again, that's criteria B. So I'm assuming either one of these works. So that's interesting. Okay, snapshot time. We'll have to keep that in the back of our minds. And there's also Sediment snapshots for Ascension material airdrop. So if you have Sediments 30 days after the end of Legends of the Mara Season 3.5, we will do a snapshot of all Sediment owned by players, and we will be summing up all material types into a single number that the snapshot will be based off of. So for every X Sediment a player owns, and the exact balance is to be determined by the snapshot date based on player holdings, they will be airdropped one random Ascension material for their Faraway embedded wallet. So that will go to the embedded wallet within the Faraway account. And these Ascension materials will be used to, I guess, ascend your Kodamara or Mara of choice, and increase that extra points cap. So note 1, players must have a Faraway embedded wallet created before the snapshot date in order to receive the airdrop, because it will go into the embedded wallet. And then at the time of the snapshot, all remaining Sediment will be wiped from all accounts. This means that if you intend to use your Sediment for Kodamara evolution, you must complete the evolution before the snapshot. Okay, very interesting language there. So we're definitely going to have to get this snapshot. Make sure to get your Sediment and get the embedded wallets like set up, guys. That's actually really important. Holy moly. Yeah, it's probably going to be really important to read this FAQ. I will link it in the description, but we're only halfway through the video. So let's talk about Season 3.5. So this is your guide to Legends of the Mara first transitional season as a Faraway game. So under Yuga Labs, Legends of the Mara ran for 3 seasons. Now, with Faraway's recent acquisition of the Legends of the Mara collection and gaming IP, we will be relaunching Legends of the Mara with a goal of building it out more closely to its original vision. So this process will begin a transitional season, which we plan to introduce new features and make some changes to the game as Season 3.5. So what does this mean? So this kind of goes over the points, of course. The first major change is the points that they're integrating, which are awarded to Kodamaras, Kodas, and Maras. And we just kind of broke that down, so I'm not going to go over it again. Feel free to read that. But again, there's also Sediment restock. So at the start of Season 3.5, Sediment will be reset in all environments to a reduced number from the Season 3 caps. So it's probably going to be less than what we saw in the first 3 seasons. So farming rates will also be decreased from their previous rates per NFT. So there's going to be a constricted mining rate. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that will go into the economy. And there's also rewards changes. So Season 3.5 will consist of Legends of the Mara points, points modifiers, and Mist. So these are earned from chests and from leaderboards. So again, the points, the flat points, and point modifier, I guess, okay. Yeah, points and missed. So these are earned from chests and from leaderboards. Okay, interesting. Interesting. A little bit of a different change here. And then there's also upcoming game design changes as well. So while not included in Season 3.5, there are many game design improvements and new mechanics on our roadmap for the game. So more information will be shared about these changes in the future, but here are some things that we're working on. So, of course, we're going to get the Shattered fighting back. We're also going to get tactical depth additions, new abilities. Okay, that's cool. That's going to be cool. Boss phases, interesting. So I guess maybe they'll change over time. And then there's heavy metals will join the fight as well. Okay, that kind of makes sense since Faraway owns that. So heavy metals are joining the fight. Very interesting. There's farming mist. Farming mist. Okay, that's interesting too. New shattered types and many more future features. So here's a sneak peek at some new shattered types to hold you over until the next update. So, dang, that's like a flying bird dinosaur thing. I don't know what that's called. And then what else do we have here? We also have like a sludge one. We have a sludge monster. So that's very environment based. That's pretty funny. And then I think we did have a mallow shattered boss too. So dang, it's got a really big mouth. It's Jesus, Jesus guys. But anyways, I like to see the updates here. I'm excited to use my Kodamaras inside of the new Legends of the Mara game. We'll definitely be dropping into that, of course. But of course, there are some pretty important points and ecosystem changes here, and things that you want to prep for, especially the snapshots for Ascension materials, as well as the Sediment snapshots. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop that in the Discord. Because Everyday Zucchini is in there all the time. So again, all the links will be in the description below. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this breakdown of, just the points as well as what's coming for Season 3.5. But outside of that, you guys know what to do. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.